Good day, students. Today I am here with a new chapter in geography. Before starting, we'll just recall the previous chapter in geography. The places which are not facing the sun, that means which are in the opposite direction, will not receive sunlight. Means the places which are facing the sun will have day, and the places which are in the opposite direction of the sun, that is in opposite hemisphere, will have night. Now if we take one example, suppose if you are watching the video now, you take any point of time, and if you think about the country in the opposite hemisphere, that is you talk about either UK or you talk about USA, the time will be exactly 24 hours different. So if you are watching the video at evening, there may be morning. If you are watching the video in the morning, there may be evening. If you are watching during day, the countries in the opposite hemisphere will be having day. That's what we are going to study in this lesson. Now this is how we'll locate the time and where is a place located, particularly on the globe. In this chapter, you are going to study about the location of a place and the different time zones. Why the times are different in different countries. In India, if it is 12 o'clock during the day, but in the another countries, if you talk about Japan or if you talk about USA, the time is different. It is not 12 o'clock noon. So this I will show you with the help of an activity. Now see students, I am showing you the globe of the earth. This blue imaginary line, this line is 0-degree equator which divides the earth into two equal parts. This line is equator 0-degree. The part above the equator is known as northern hemisphere and the part below the equator is known as southern hemisphere. Now parallel to these lines are these blue horizontal lines. Can you see these lines? This one line, second line, third line, fourth line. These horizontal lines, they are imaginary lines drawn on the globe of the earth. They are not real lines, they are imaginary lines we are imagining. Same way below the equator also, these horizontal lines are called latitudes. Horizontal lines parallel to the equator are called latitudes. Same way if you see the vertical lines. The vertical means standing lines. The vertical lines running from North Pole to South Pole are known as longitudes. So standing lines are called vertical lines and vertical lines are imaginary lines drawn on the globe of the earth which are known as longitudes. These latitudes and longitudes help us to know the location of a place as well as the time of a particular place. Let us do an activity to understand what are latitudes. Now I have drawn a figure and I have drawn 0-degree equator. You can also do this on a piece of paper by drawing an angle, right angle of 90 degree. Now what are latitudes? Latitude is an angle which ranges from 0 degree at the equator to 90 degree, either to north or to south at the poles. Now these lines of latitude, they run from east to west. So I have written they start from east and end to west. These are parallel lines. Latitudes are parallel lines to the equator in north hemisphere also, as well as in the southern hemisphere also. Now the equator divides the earth into two equal parts. The part above the equator is known as northern hemisphere and part below the equator is known as southern hemisphere. Now as we proceed, the equator is the middle latitude. As I explained, equator is the middle latitude. Now if you take your mobile phone and if you click on the location, if you want to find your current location, what you will do? You will click on the GPS. Now what is GPS? GPS, the full form of GPS is Global Positioning System. This global positioning system will help you to know the exact location of the place where you are placed upon. Now for finding the exact location, you need latitude as well as longitude. So latitudes, the exact latitude and longitude of a place can be known with the help of global positioning system, that is GPS. which is helpful in finding the exact place where you are placed. Upon using this internet, you can get the information about latitude and longitude, where your city is located on the earth, in your state or in the country, or simply by clicking on my location on the phone. You can try this. By clicking the location, you can go to different place and then also try. You will get your location. Now we come to the next topic. What are latitude, longitude and longitudinal coordinates of a place? Now, latitudes were horizontal lines on the imaginary horizontal lines drawn on the globe of the earth. Now look here, the latitudes. These, you imagine this is a globe of the earth and the parallel lines are latitude. Now 0 degree shows the equator, which is in the center, and the parts above the equator in the northern side are northern hemisphere, and the part below the equator is southern hemisphere. Now just above the equator, this line, parallel line, is 23.5 degree north, that is Tropic of Cancer, again parallel latitude at 45 degree, one more at 66.5 and 90 degree North Pole. Same way, if you observe below the equator, there also we have 23.5 degrees south, that is Tropic of Capricorn, the latitude. Below that, again parallel line we have, which shows 45 degree angle in southern hemisphere. Again one more line which shows 66.5 degree south, and the last latitude which shows South Pole. So with this activity you will come to know that the latitudes are the horizontal parallel lines to the equator. Now students, look at the globe I have drawn on the board. This yellow color imaginary line is placed at 0 degree. This is equator. 0 degree is equator. Now above 0 degree it shows 15 degree if I am talking about northern hemisphere. So 15 degree north latitude. Then in the pink dotted line I have shown 23.5 north. Why I have highlighted it? Because it is an important latitude, Tropic of Cancer. Above that if you move, then it is 30 degree north latitude, which is again parallel. These lines are parallel. The distance between each of the latitude is same. 30 degree north latitude. Above you move, you have 45 degree north latitude. Above that 60 degree north latitude, 75 degree north latitude and 90 degree at North Pole. Same way, below the equator in southern hemisphere, you have 15 degrees south latitude. Then again in pink dotted line I have highlighted 23.5 degree Tropic of Capricorn. 30 degrees south latitude, 45 degrees south latitude, 60 degrees south latitude, 75 degrees south latitude and 90 degree south shows South Pole. So these were latitudes. So horizontal lines form concentric circles means circle in one another. They are called latitudes. Now we'll study about longitudes. Look what I have in my hand. I have an orange. Am I going to eat that? No. This orange represents, you have to imagine that this is the globe of the earth. Suppose I imagine this as a top. Now it's not just very sharp, it is little flat. So this you have to assume as North Pole and this you have to assume as South Pole. This shows that the shape of the earth is bulgy. Now how I will relate to longitudes? Come on children. Now am I going to eat this orange? No. We are going to learn what are longitudes. Now see, whenever you see an orange, you have to recall that you are imagining the earth's vertical lines, that is longitudes. What are longitudes? Now see, I am explaining you using an orange. Now this is the globe of the earth. Can you see this? Standing vertical lines here, the thick white parts. These are called longitudes. These vertical lines are called longitudes. So on our earth, suppose you imagine this is the earth and on the earth these are vertical lines and these are called longitudes. If I open this, come on, if I open this, look here and I show you this way. So this my earth is divided into two equal halves. Two equal halves. My earth is divided into two equal halves. I have here half longitudes and half longitudes I have here. There are total 360 longitudes. 180 longitudes in the eastern hemisphere and 180 longitudes in the western hemisphere. So these standing vertical lines or these vertical lines on the globe of the earth are called longitudes. Look, now this earth is divided into two equal halves. I have 180 longitudes in the east part and 180 longitude on the west part. Now I have drawn the figure of longitudes on the board. Now see here, I have marked this purple color zero vertical line which is drawn from north to south pole is longitude. Why I have highlighted in purple color? Because it is Greenwich, it is called prime meridian. What is prime meridian? The 0 degree longitude which passes from a place called Greenwich in England is known as the prime meridian because it divides the earth into two equal parts. This 0 degree longitude which passes at Greenwich from Greenwich is known as prime meridian. It divides the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere, and it extends, the longitudes are extending up to 180 degree. The longitudes are extending up to 180 degree on both eastern hemisphere as well as the western hemisphere. Since it is passing through Greenwich in England, it is generally referred as prime meridian. From 0 degree, the part on this side is known as eastern hemisphere, whereas the other part is not visible because that you have to assume it on the other side. The part behind the 0 degree is western hemisphere. So here I have shown you EL. If you see EL stands for eastern longitude. Starting from 15 degree east longitude to 15, 30, 45 and I have stretched till 160. So this I have shown only eastern hemisphere longitude. Same way, if you move to the west side from 0 degree, you will have western longitude. Now we will study about the international dateline, which is also called IDL. What is this international dateline? Now, there is only one longitude, 180 degree longitude, which is known as international dateline. Why it is called international dateline? Because when one crosses this dateline, the date and day both changes. When you cross this line, suppose you are traveling from India to say Chicago. So if 16 hours journey is there, so as soon as you cross the Pacific Ocean or you cross the sea area and you move to other continent, the date and day changes. Now, the international dateline passes through Pacific Ocean and it is separating two calendar dates. It is not exactly at 180 degree at all the places because this line crisscrosses several time zones, crisscrosses, it is not straight, it is drawn, it is zigzag. This is because if it is drawn straight, if the line is drawn straight, then one country, it has to pass through many islands. So if it is drawn straight, then in the same place, it will have, a place may have 2 dates and 2 days. Due to this, much confusion can occur. So when it passes over the land, it is shifted to, when it is passed to the land, it is straight, but when it comes to a water body, it is taken as zigzag. In the textbook, the international dateline is shown, it is whenever it comes to a land, it is straight, but whenever it has to pass through a water body, it is shown as zigzag. As you know, sun is the main source of energy and it is also the biggest clock of the earth. The time of any place is decided how? The time of any place is divided according to the position of the sun in the sky, where the sun is placed. In olden days, we did not have clocks. So position of the sun was seen and accordingly the time was decided. You know, earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. It takes one rotation to complete one day. So there are total 360 longitudes. There are total 360 longitudes to the east and to the east of 180 to the east of prime meridian and 180 to the west of prime meridian. So here 15 latitudes come in front of the sun. 15 longitudes come in the face of they pass by the sun in 1 hour. That means one longitude takes 4 minutes to rotate, and this another way we can say that there is a difference of 4 minutes between two adjacent longitudes. Adjacent means nearby longitudes. Therefore, the time in different places on the earth varies as per their longitudes. Now, we will talk about local time. The time taken according to the overhead position of a sun in a particular place is known as the local time. Now, each local time differs by 4 minutes with every 1 degree of longitude. Why it differs by 4 minutes? Because one longitude takes 4 minutes to complete one rotation. Now, if there is 12 o'clock in the longitude which faces the sun will have 12 noon. The longitude which faces the sun will have 12 noon. In this way, all the places on the earth will have 12 o'clock. So, time is decided, standard time of a particular place is decided by the local time by mid-noon. Mid-noon is 12 o'clock. The places located on the same longitude have same time. The places which are located on the same longitude have same time, but the places located on different longitude, but though they are in the same country, can have different time. Now, what is standard time? Now, local time of a place is the local time of a place which is situated in the middle of the country is taken as the standard time. This means that the time is fixed on a particular longitude of a country. Suppose in Ahmedabad, if we talk about India, what is the standard time of India? Now, the place which is exactly located in the centermost position of India will be taken. So, here we have the standard time of our country is decided on the basis of 82.5 degree east longitude. Now, which place is located exactly in the map of India at this place? The place of Allahabad. So, the longitude which passes at 82.5 degree east longitude at Allahabad, in Uttar Pradesh. So, when there is 12 o'clock in Allahabad, it is assumed and it is considered that the whole of India it is 12 o'clock. This way, any longitude in any country, when any longitude passes through its center, the place which is there, that time is taken as the standard time. Why this is decided? To avoid chaos and confusion. Otherwise, if it is 12 o'clock in Delhi and then there will be 10 o'clock in Kerala and then there will be 2 o'clock in Arunachal Pradesh, because they are different, 4 minutes difference will be there, right? They will be having, and lot of chaos and confusion will be created. So, to avoid this mismanagement, the standard time which is placed in the center, the place which is located at the center of any country, in our country it passes at 82.5 degree east longitude at Allahabad. This makes convenient and smooth for the smooth administration of the country. Now, before I end, I just want to show you the calculation of how 15 longitudes passed in 1 minute in front of the sun and why there is a difference of 4 minutes between two adjacent longitudes. Now, see students, there are total 360 longitudes. Total longitudes are 316, and if we divide it by 24 hours, that is 1 day. So, 360 divided by 24 will give you 15. So, 15 longitudes pass through sun in 1 day. Now, in 1 hour, how many longitudes pass? So, 1 hour makes 60 minutes. I have not written 1 directly to make the division clear and to get exact how many minutes does one longitude takes to pass against the sun. So, 60 minutes is 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So, 60 minutes 1 latitude, 15 longitudes pass in 16 minutes. So I am dividing it 60 minutes divided by 15 longitudes. So you will get 15 ones-a and 15 fours-a. So you will get 4 minutes. These 4 minutes, that shows that it will take 4 minutes for one longitude to pass from the sun. Or in another way, if you see that there is difference of 4 minutes between two adjacent latitudes. If I write here, difference of 4 minutes between two adjacent longitudes. I hope you understand, and whatever activities are given in the lesson, try to perform it, you will enjoy it. Thank you.